Kiwi English Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. This is your cozy corner for natural English practice and real-life conversations. I'm Jayden.
And I'm Aria. We are so happy to have you here with us today.
Hi! Kiwi here, ready to help you learn English.
Now, before we jump into today's topic, we have one tiny favor to ask. If you enjoy listening to us, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps other English learners find us.
Exactly. And we would also love it if you left a comment down below. It can be super simple. Just tell us where you're listening from or share your thoughts on today's topic.
Don't worry about mistakes. Even one sentence is awesome.
And you know what? Typing a comment is actually a great way to practice your English without even realizing it. Your brain is working, choosing vocabulary, putting words in order. It is real practice.
That is so true. So please, don't be nervous about making mistakes. Even just one short sentence is totally fine. We genuinely love reading your thoughts.
Yes, small steps, big progress. You can do it.
All right, are you ready? Let's get right into today's topic.
Welcome to Kiwi English Podcast. Today, Jayden and Aria are chatting about work, busy days, small stories, and how people talk about their jobs in everyday English.
Aria, have you ever been at a party or a dinner and someone asks, "What do you do?" and suddenly you do not know how much to say?
Yes, that question looks simple, but somehow it feels like a tiny interview.
Exactly. If you only say your job title, the conversation can feel too short. But if you explain too much, it can feel like you're giving a presentation.
That is so true. Sometimes I want to say something simple, but still a little personal, not just my job title, but what my day actually looks like.
Like instead of saying, "I work in customer service," you might say, "I work in customer service, so most of my day is answering questions, solving small problems, and trying to keep people calm."
Yes, that feels more real. And if I say I work in design, people may not know what that means. But if I say I help make posters, websites, and simple visuals for small businesses, it is much clearer.
I think that is the hard part. Many job titles sound simple to you because you live with them every day. But other people may not know what you actually do.
Exactly. My friend once told someone she was a project coordinator, and the person looked polite, but a little lost.
Project coordinator sounds professional, but also mysterious.
Very mysterious. So she added, I help different teams stay organized. I check deadlines, send updates, and make sure people know what needs to happen next.
That makes it much easier to understand.
Yes. And suddenly the other person had more to ask. They asked if she worked with many teams, if the job was stressful, and if she liked it.
That is the difference. A clear job description gives the conversation somewhere to go.
What about you? If someone asks, what do you do? What do you usually say?
I usually say I work in a store, mostly with customers and orders. Then, if they seem interested, I add that I help people find products, check stock, arrange deliveries, and answer a lot of questions.
That already gives a picture of your day.
Yes, and it is more honest than just saying I work in retail. Retail can mean so many things.
True. It could mean cashier, sales, inventory, customer service, management, online orders, returns.
Exactly. So when people ask about your job, I think the best answer is usually job title plus what your day looks like.
And maybe one feeling?
Yes, like it can be busy, but I like helping people.
Or it is not always easy, but I am learning a lot.
That one works for so many jobs.
It does. It is honest without sounding too negative.
Small job story, big connection. Tell people what your day looks like.
I remember one time a new neighbor asked me what I did for work. We were standing by the mailboxes, so I knew it was not the time for a long answer.
Mailbox conversations are always short.
Very short, I said I work at a building supply store, so I help customers with materials, orders, and deliveries.
That is a good elevator answer.
Yes. Then he said, "Oh, so you probably know a lot about home renovation." And I said, "More than before, but still learning every day."
That sounds friendly.
Then he started telling me about a bathroom project he was working on. Suddenly we were talking about tiles, cabinets, and how home projects always take longer than expected.
That is how a small job answer becomes a real conversation.
Exactly. If I had only said I work in retail, maybe he would have just said, "Oh, nice."
Yes, details matter.
What was your most awkward job conversation?
Oh, I have one. A few years ago, someone asked me what I did, and I said, I do some design work. Then they said, oh, so you make logos?
And did you?
Sometimes, but not only logos. I was doing product images, social media posts, simple layouts, and some illustration work. But I got nervous and said, yes, kind of,
The famous kind of answer.
yes. Then they asked if I could design a logo for their cousin's restaurant by next week.
Oh no.
Exactly. That is when I learned to be more specific. Now I might say, I do graphic design, mostly social media images, and simple brand materials. I do not do large branding projects very often.
That saves you from future trouble.
It does. Sometimes explaining your job clearly also helps set expectations.
That is a good point. If you are too vague, people may assume things.
Yes. Like if you say I work with computers, people may think you can fix every laptop problem.
That happens all the time. Someone says they work in IT, and suddenly every family member brings them a broken printer.
Poor IT people.
They deserve quiet weekends.
So if someone says they work in IT, they might add, I mostly work with software systems, not hardware repair.
That is very useful in real life.
It keeps the conversation clear and saves you from becoming the family printer doctor.
No one wants that title. I like asking people what part of your job do you enjoy most. It usually gives a better answer than do you like your job.
Yes, because do you like your job can be hard. The answer might be yes and no.
Most jobs are yes and no.
Exactly. You might like the people, but not the schedule. You might like the tasks, but not the stress. You might like the learning, but not the pay.
That is very real.
If someone asks, do you like your job? A natural answer could be, I like some parts of it. The work can be stressful, but I enjoy talking to customers.
Or, I like the team, but the workload can be heavy.
Or, I'm still getting used to it, but I am learning a lot.
That last one is good for a new job.
Yes, when you just started a job, you do not always know if you like it yet.
You are still learning names, systems, rules, and where the coffee machine is.
The coffee machine is very important.
Essential.
I remember my first week at a new job. Everyone was nice, but I felt so tired because every small thing was new. New password, new software, new people, new lunchroom.
The first week can feel like your brain has too many tabs open.
Exactly. Someone asked me how the new job was going, and I said, it is good, but my brain is full.
That is such a real sentence.
It is. I also said, I am still learning the system, but the team has been really helpful.
That sounds honest and positive.
Yes. You do not have to pretend everything is easy.
I think that is important when talking about work. You can be honest without complaining too much.
Yes. If you say my job is terrible, the conversation becomes heavy very fast.
But if you say it has been a challenging week, people understand.
Exactly. Or, Work has been busy lately, but I am managing.
Gek dak dak.
Work can be busy. Your answer can be simple. Add one feeling, then keep the chat moving.
What about talking about job challenges? I feel like people often get stuck there.
Yes, you want to be honest, but not sound too negative.
For example, if someone asks what is hard about your job, you could say, sometimes it gets stressful when many things happen at the same time.
That is good. It is clear, but not too heavy.
Or, the hardest part is dealing with last-minute changes.
That is very real.
Last-minute changes are the enemy of peace.
They really are. In my work, I sometimes get a message at 4:30 p.m. asking for something before the end of the day.
That is painful.
Yes, and it always sounds simple in the message. Could you just make a quick change?
Quick change, the most dangerous words at work.
Exactly. A quick change is never quick.
At my job, the hard part is when customers need something urgently, but the product is not in stock. They are stressed, and I understand why, but I cannot magically create the product.
That must be hard, because you want to help, but you have limits.
Yes, in those moments, I usually explain what we can do. We do not have it today, but we can order it, or we have a similar option in stock.
That is a big part of work communication. You cannot always give people exactly what they want, but you can give clear options.
Exactly. And that is a skill.
Talking about that in English could sound like a big part of my job is solving problems and explaining options to customers.
That sounds accurate.
It also sounds better than just saying, I deal with customers.
True. Deal with customers can sound a little tired or negative.
Yes, sometimes it is fine, but if you want to sound warmer, you can say, I help customers, I answer customer questions, or I support customers.
That sounds much better.
But if it really is difficult, you can say customer service can be challenging.
Very diplomatic.
Sometimes we need diplomatic.
What do you say when someone asks what a normal day looks like for you?
I usually start with the first thing I do. A normal day starts with checking emails and planning my tasks. Then I usually have meetings or work on client projects.
That is clear.
Then I might add, some days are quiet, but some days are full of last-minute requests.
That gives the real picture.
What about you?
I might say, I usually start by checking orders and deliveries. Then I help customers, check stock, and answer phone calls. Some days are smooth, and some days feel like everything happens at once.
That last sentence is very true for many jobs.
Yes, everything happens at once should be the title of adulthood.
I think when talking about your job, time words help a lot. Usually, sometimes, most days, lately, recently.
Those words make the answer feel less stiff.
Yes, for example, usually, I work with customers directly. Lately, we have been very busy because of a new project.
Or, most days, I answer emails and organize orders. Recently, I have also been training a new coworker,
That sounds like a normal conversation.
and it gives people a sense of your current work life.
Yes, because work changes. Some weeks are slow. Some weeks are crazy.
Some weeks are both somehow.
Too true.
Have you ever had to explain your job to someone older in your family?
Yes, that can be funny. My relatives sometimes ask, so you work on the computer?
That is the universal family description for many jobs.
Exactly. If I say I do content planning or design, they might not really know what that means. So I say, I help companies make things look clear and professional online.
That is a good, simple explanation.
Yes, with family, I use everyday words, not too many professional terms.
That is smart. I do the same. Instead of using store system terms, I just say I help people order building materials and arrange delivery.
Clear and simple.
Yes. And then my family understands that I talk to a lot of people every day.
Which explains why you are tired after work.
Exactly.
Do you think people should talk about their job differently depending on the situation?
Definitely. If you're at a casual dinner, keep it short and friendly. If you're at an interview, explain more clearly. If you are talking with a close friend, you can be more honest about feelings.
Yes. At a dinner, you might say, I work in marketing. I help plan social media content and small campaigns.
In an interview, you might say, in my current role, I manage social media posts, track performance, and work with designers on campaign materials.
With a close friend, you might say, work has been a lot lately. I like the creative side, but the deadlines are stressful.
Same job, different conversation.
Same job, different story. Choose the detail that fits the moment.
Let us make a full conversation. Imagine we meet at a friend's dinner, and someone asks about work.
Okay,
So, Aria, what do you do for work?
I work in design and content. Most of my day is creating visuals, planning posts, and talking with clients about what they need.
That sounds creative, but also busy.
It is, I like the creative part, but the deadlines can be stressful. What about you?
I work at a building supply store. I help customers with orders, check stock, and arrange deliveries.
So you talk to customers all day?
Pretty much. Some days are smooth, and some days every customer needs something urgent.
I can imagine. Do you like that kind of work?
Most days, yes. I like solving problems. But after a long day, I am very ready for quiet.
That makes sense. Talking to people all day can be tiring.
What about you? Do you work mostly alone or with a team?
A mix. I do some focused work alone, but I also have meetings with clients and team members. Honestly, the quiet work is my favorite.
I understand that. There is something nice about finishing a task without being interrupted.
Exactly. It feels peaceful.
That conversation felt real.
Yes, it had job description, feelings, challenges, and questions.
And it did not feel like a formal interview.
Because the questions were simple and friendly.
What do you do for work? Do you like it? What does a normal day look like? Do you work alone or with a team?
Those questions are common, but they can lead to good stories. I like, how is work going these days?
That feels more natural than what is your occupation.
Definitely. Please do not ask your friend, what is your occupation?
Unless you're filling out a form.
Exactly. Other friendly questions are you busy at work lately? What does a normal day look like for you? Do you work with customers? Do you work from home?
Also, what part of your job do you like most?
Yes, that one is warm.
And if someone seems tired, you can ask, long day,
Long day?
very common? And the answer can be yes, very long, or yes, but I survived.
I say that all the time.
Same here.
What if someone asks about your job and you do not want to share much?
You can keep it general. I work in customer service. It keeps me busy.
Or, I work in design, mostly computer work.
Or I work part-time while I study.
Then you can change the topic. How about you? You do not need to explain your whole career to everyone.
Exactly. Share more when it feels right.
That is how normal conversation works.
For example, I work at a store. I help customers with orders and deliveries. It can be busy, but I like solving problems.
Or, I work in design. I create visuals and talk with clients. I enjoy the creative side, but deadlines can be stressful.
Those sound like real people talking.
Yes, not a resume, not a speech, just a real answer.
And if you add one small story, it becomes even better.
Like, today, a customer came in completely confused, and we found a solution together.
Or, today, my client changed the plan 3 times, but we finally figured it out.
Small work stories are everywhere.
You just have to notice them.
Kiwi's tip: when you talk about your job, share what you do, what your day looks like, and how it feels.
That is a cozy little map for job conversations.
And it keeps the answer real.
Small job story. Warm conversation. See you next time.